Welcome to Just King's World, where music, knowledge, and culture meet. This is just my perspective, what I think about it. Yo, welcome back, live from Just King's World on my Hip Hop Ish. We present to you what I think about it. And what I think about it is just my thoughts, my perspective, no politics, no BS, strictly my thoughts. So I was watching French Montana on Earn Your Leisure, and he was talking about the music industry and how he's never received a royalty check, how they totally scam you. Even if you have a 50-50 partnership with them, it ain't truly 50-50. I was listening to this like, what? Like, how in the world? How? Why? Why would you even want to be an artist or sign to a major after listening to this? It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like they make you super famous and leave you out there with nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. But listen, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play a little bit of this, and we're going to listen to French Montana talk. He dropping some gems here, and then we're going to react to it. All right?
Stuff for the live, but you know that's what it is. It's just like they know artists ain't got no money coming up, so that's how they bamboozle you.
So explain that. So that's actually a loan.
Yeah.
Against the record sales. So it's not like they're giving you money. You're just borrowing money from them.
Yeah. It's actually a loan, but also it's like let's say you do a deal, right? The best deal back then. I mean, when I first came in, I did a 20% of royalties, right? So, and even if you do an 80-20 with them, or you do a 50-50, let's say you do a 50-50, which probably it takes you years to get that. And if you do get that, you gotta be somebody that come into the label already with your shit moving. So let's say you get 50-50. They give you an advance. So now this is a trick that no artists know, right? Besides the ones that actually been in the game long enough. So when they do a 50-50 deal with you, they automatically start making money over their 50%. And now they recoup their whole 100% off your 50. So they making their money untouched. Then your 50 come. And every time they take out a 50, they gotta recoup the money. Then plus whatever it is. And even if you do have a 50-50 deal with them, they still have an extra 16% on distribution fees.
God
so
damn.
It's really not a 50-50 deal. It's really like a 30-70, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so in this era, this is crazy because now, obviously, you've done major and you have a catalog. I wonder what it feels like now when you got a record, like, ever since you left me.
I own all that.
And that's what I'm saying. You own all of that, and now you're pushing it yourself.
Yeah.
The marketing plan is you.
See, the thing with me is, I'm doing 100-0.
Business.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Nipsey. All money in, no money out. I'm doing 100-0. I take all the risk and reap all the award. I'm cool with that. So I do 100-0. I mean they outsource everything anyway. So I outsource everybody.
All right, yo, check. I'm gonna pause it. I should have paused it a minute ago. Listen, let's go back to the point. He said even if you have a 50-50 partnership with them, there's still that 15% for distribution that they get already off top. So it's never truly a 50-50 partnership. That is insane. That is crazy. They recoup their 100% as soon as you come in on your 50%. That is crazy. That's crazy. So there's another point that I want to play in this video. He says he sold 5 million records. He only took in $1 million advance, and he sold 5 million records and still never recouped. How is that possible? How is that possible? How is that possible? Somebody, can somebody let me know how that makes sense? How does that make sense? How? Let me know.
Music that I made before I went independent, I wasn't making money. It was just like I get a check, then They tell you you'll never recoup. I still ain't recoup off my first album.
Listen
how
to
many
this.
singles I had my first album? From Pop That to I Ain't Worried About Nothing to
Platinum.
I have at least like 10 platinum records on that.
So, excuse my French. That's the name of the album?
Yeah, the first one.
You say you still haven't recouped.
I still haven't recouped, and I only got $1 million advance for that.
They gave you $1 million advance.
I just named you just 2 records that sold $5 million.
How?
What's up, Ernest? Look, Empower's.
Listen, how do you sell 5 million records? You get $1 million advance. Let's say, okay, you sold 5 million records. They selling the records at how much? How much at 5 million? Let's just say it's at $10. You sold 5 million records at $10. What's the math on that? That's way more than how? You took $1 million. They sold 5 million. You don't get no money from that. None? Zero? How? How is that possible? How is that possible? Man, listen, the music industry is damn near the biggest scam, the biggest Ponzi scheme since forever. That makes no sense whatsoever. Me listening to this, it just had me like, yo, I cannot believe it. Like, yeah, French Montana had some hits. French Montana actually did have some hits. If you go back, he said Unforgettable, Pop That. Listen, how you sell all those records and don't recoup? How is that possible? Can somebody explain to me that? Like, listen, if I'm selling something, if I have a product and we sold 5 million units of that product, we caked up. We set for life. For life. But it's not like that in the music industry. It's not like that at all. But yet, our kids and everybody, we run to it to try to we try our hardest to jump into the music industry, only to be left with nothing. With nothing. They make you super duper famous and you're left with nothing. Listen, our kids need to learn some trades. Our kids need to learn something else other than I want to rap. Other than I want to sing and tap dance. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I think it's crazy to be able to sell 5 million records and then you still don't got nothing, man. Listen, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? How do you sell 5 million records and you've only had $1 million advance and you still don't recoup? Somebody break that down for me. Somebody do the math and tell me how does that make sense? Listen, these are just my thoughts, my perspective. This is what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. We out.